Hey guys, it's Gretchen and welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I thought I would kind of go back to the early days of my channel where I talked a lot about weight loss surgery. If you don't know, I did have weight loss surgery almost 2 years ago now, so this is pretty timely. I had something called the VSG, which stands for vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Essentially what that is 80% of my stomach was kind of cut out and pulled out through my belly button. So my stomach right now is roughly the size of, I guess, like, it starts off being 3 ounces. Since it's been 2 years, it's probably stretched a little bit more to like maybe 5 ounces. I don't know the actual like measurement, but I know that when you first get it done, it's roughly 3 ounces. So since I am coming up on my 2-year mark, it'll be 2 years April 4th, I thought I would talk a little bit about some things that aren't necessarily stressed enough regarding weight loss surgery. Now with any kind of surgery, there's bound to be some kind of like side effects. Weight loss surgery is no exception. There are quite a few side effects that come along with it. I put this because it doesn't happen to everyone. It happens to the majority of bariatric patients, but not everyone experiences the same kind of side effects. So for today's video, I thought I would touch on kind of like what I think are the top 10 aspects of weight loss surgery that aren't stressed enough. That's gonna be a really long title. I gotta think of something different. But that's basically what this video is. Again, these are things that like I personally have come across or like I have experienced. So again, if you're thinking about weight loss surgery or have had weight loss surgery or know someone who has had weight loss surgery and this doesn't sound familiar, because not everyone experiences the same thing, but this is just how I have experienced it. So the first thing I'm gonna touch on is something that I am currently struggling with, so it's like at the forefront of my mind, and that is hair loss. Now, usually the doctors will touch on the fact that from about 3 to 6 months after your surgery, so post-op, you'll experience hair loss. And that comes from like your body just going through a drastic transformation, because that's usually a time where you lose most of your weight. And so with an extreme weight loss, your body kind of freaks out. It's trying to grab protein from anywhere that it can. So it's just like, oh, we don't need this, and it drops your hair. That's normal. However, what isn't stressed enough is the fact that your hair structure changes and the fact that it lasts longer than 6 months. Like when you get to that 6-month mark, you may start thinking, oh, my hair will stop dropping out now and it'll go back to normal. No, it will not. Your hair structure is gonna be drastically different. I used to have the thickest hair. It used to be really long, and now it's pretty damn thin. Today, it looks pretty good. Yesterday, I wanted to cry and shave my head because it looked so bad. So, your hair structure will change. And that's just because of the drastic change your body goes through. It freaks out and it's just like, we don't need this. We need to get protein from someplace else and stop giving it to areas that don't need it. Your body thinks it doesn't need hair. So if hair is something that you're passionate about, just keep that in mind. And again, the structure does change. So I went from having really thick hair that, you know, you could just toss it up in a bun and it would stay. And now I've got really thin hair and it's a little bit harder to work with. A way to combat that though is making sure that you get your daily like required protein in, which is usually 60 to 80 grams of protein. Something else that's I don't think is stressed enough is that there is a need to constantly work to maintain your goal weight. It is not a free ride. Once you hit your goal weight, it's not just like smooth sailing from there. You will continue to have to work for it. You can possibly hit your goal weight, you know, a year out, maybe a little bit less, but you have to continue with this, whether that means going to the gym or just making sure that you continue to eat right. It's this, yeah, you have to maintain that. It's not just gonna be like you hit that goal weight and smooth sailing. You have to work for it. A lot of people think that, you know, oh, I've lost a bunch of weight, you know, I'll just add a little bit of this bad behavior in or add a little bit of this craving that I want in, and then that's how you get back to needing weight loss surgery, because you can stretch your stomach back out. That's also something people don't realize. Another thing that is not stressed is dumping syndrome. If you don't know what dumping syndrome is, it's basically when you have a whole lot of sugar go into your body and your body freaks the hell out and wants to get rid of it, so it comes out any orifice you can think of. I have experienced dumping syndrome once. I remember it quite clearly. I had one of those mini cinnamon buns, like in the can. I thought I'd be fine just having one. I called my mom and I said, I'm pretty sure I'm dying. And she asked me what I was feeling, what I was experiencing. And I told her that I was currently on the bathroom floor, butt naked, because I was sweating bullets and the floor was nice and cold. I thought I was gonna vomit. I was salivating like all over the place. I thought I was gonna shit my brains out, and I just felt like someone was taking their hands, digging them into my stomach and just ripping it apart. To which my mom is laughing on the other end, going like,
oh sweetie, you're having dumping syndrome.
Glad you could laugh at my pain. A little bit of sugar probably won't kill you. However, a shit ton of sugar will make you feel like death. Dumping syndrome can occur, and it can occur in different ways for people. You know, someone possibly could have made it through that mini cinnamon bun just fine, maybe. Probably not. I wouldn't suggest it if you've had the surgery. But that is something that I don't think is stressed nearly enough, is that now that your body has changed, even though you're thinking, oh, it's just, you know, a portion of my stomach, that's not too much. It is. It changes the makeup of pretty much everything. So things you could eat before, no longer. Exercise is absolutely essential. Whether that is weight training or cardio, usually they suggest like strength training because cardio is for like fat loss. You're already on that track with your tool, which is your weight loss surgery. I always refer to it as a tool. Exercise is going to be essential to maintaining that body weight. So going back to the constant need for needing to just keep up with meeting your goals, you need exercise. And that's the same for anyone, whether you've had weight loss surgery or not. A lot of people think that when you get weight loss surgery, you can just skip exercise. You know, you don't need it. No, you do. You need to go. Probably more so than ever. Which leads me into my next thing. Everything will get loose and sag. I don't care how much collagen you have. I have a lot of collagen. I'm not even 29 yet. I will be soon, but I'm not 29 yet. I have a lot of collagen, but I still have a lot of things that sag and are loose. And yes, they're pretty, you know, big confidence killer when I'm naked. When I have clothes on, I look fine. But when I'm naked, I'm sitting there going like, okay, great. So keep that in mind. When you start losing a ton of weight, especially if you lose like 100+ pounds, things will sag. Things will get loose. Which leads me into my next one. A plastic surgeon or an esthetician will become your best friend. Possibly. You may not feel like that is the alley you want to take. You may try and just do things yourself, like I use a waist trainer to help with my saggy stomach. That's fine. However, you'll notice that other things start sagging, like your face. That's something that's a huge, like, confidence killer of mine, because I have a lot of fine lines now because I lost a lot of weight in my face. Just keep in mind that weight loss surgery can lead to a lot of expenses. Not always. Again, this is not everyone's need. I will say that it helps. And especially if you're feeling kind of down about yourself, like you're like, okay, great, I've lost all this weight. Now I have all these other problems, like fine lines and saggy skin. Exercise can help with that kind of stuff. Water can also help, like a lot of water intake can help with that, and protein and supplements and yada yada. But if you're not seeing the results that you want, you might want to seek out a plastic surgeon or an esthetician. And there's no shame in that. And if anyone tries to shame you for it, forget them. Regain is real. And it can happen, but it'll only happen if you continue to make bad choices. So, since about Christmas time, I've gained about 5 pounds. You wanna know why? Because I've eaten a lot of candy. Those are bad decisions. I have cut out the middleman regarding candy, and I have lost those 5 pounds, like, instantly. This is something that you have to keep in mind. Your stomach can stretch back out to its normal size of a football. Like, you get it chopped down to like the size of half a banana, it can blow back up to the size of a football. And do you really want to go through all that again? Probably not. I know I sure as hell don't. So regain is weird. Regain is real? Wow. Regain is real, very much so. Don't let anyone try and tell you otherwise. Have to keep up with your good habits, whether that's exercising or eating habits. Protein intake as well. That leads into the next one. Be prepared to stick with this for the rest of your life. This is not just a couple months thing, a couple years thing. It is a lifetime commitment. So, leading into the next thing, it is a major life-changing event. If you are unsure in any way, or if you don't think you can give up such and such food, probably reconsider it, because you will have to. Pasta was my #1 go-to. I have not touched legit pasta since my surgery, or 2 weeks prior to my surgery, because you have to do a pre-op diet. I do eat veggie pasta every so often. Tastes just like pasta, a little bit better for you. Still has carbs, but it's a little bit better for you. You have to make these sacrifices in order to achieve your goals. You don't just experience physical changes. You will experience some psychological ones as well. Your overall feelings about things may change. You may find yourself enjoying something that you never thought you'd enjoy. You may find yourself not enjoying the things that you used to enjoy. That comes along with such a huge change in your life. You may think that it's all physical stuff. No, your mind changes too. Your feelings about things change. Your taste in things, not just edible tastes, but like actual taste. Like I find myself enjoying things now that I never would have enjoyed before weight loss surgery. And now I find things like reading. I can't stand. I have a degree in library science and I can't stand reading. You wanna know why? Because I wanna be up and about and doing things. I don't wanna be sedentary and just sitting there reading. Probably why I should pick up audiobooks. But keep in mind that you're not just gonna experience physical changes. It's gonna be some psychological ones too. I'm gonna throw 2 more things in there because I'm not sure if I hit 10 yet, so these might be extra. And these aren't nearly as like heavy as the other ones, but I personally have experienced these. I just thought I'd throw these in. You're gonna go through a lot of clothes. If you're like me, who was almost a size 20 and is now a size 2, you're gonna go through a lot of clothes. You're also gonna freeze your ass off pretty much everywhere, all the time. Unless it's like 75 degrees or higher, you're gonna be cold because you've lost all that fluff that kept you warm, and now you're just gonna be cold all the time. So those aren't quite as heavy as all the other ones that they don't stress enough about weight loss surgery. But they're just, no, your pocket's gonna hurt and you're gonna need a blanket all the time. Just saying. So these are just some things that I have found aren't nearly stressed enough about weight loss surgery. It's not to say that these are absolutely like end all be all horrific. Like if, you know, you're second guessing at all, don't do it. I personally wouldn't change my decision for the world. It has opened so many opportunities for me. You know, I may not be where I am now. If it weren't for this surgery, for all I know, I could weigh way more than my starting weight, which I'll get into that when it gets to the 2-year mark. But if you are thinking about weight loss surgery or you had weight loss surgery, you know someone who's had weight loss surgery, and some of these might resonate, I just personally don't think they were stressed enough to me. Now, they may have been stressed to you or to whoever you know, but I didn't find that they were stressed nearly enough. If you have any questions about weight loss surgery or like my experience, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I am very open about my weight loss surgery. I'm very open about work that I've had done. I will say I've not had any plastic surgery, but like I said, I have had some shots of injections in my face. As of right now, only my lips, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will answer them to the best of my abilities, and it'll be based on my own experiences. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big ol' thumbs up. Go on down there and hit that subscribe button wherever it may be, because I don't know. Even though I do, this is just my shtick now. Also hit that notification bell in case you want to know when I upload, and in case YouTube wants to let you know when I upload, because I would really appreciate it. And until next time, bye guys.